Welcome to the Astoria Film Festival virtual step and repeat interviews. Today we're talking with Teresa Garratty, who is an amazing deaf filmmaker from outside of London in Bucks. And we are typing and speaking to her. Would you like to introduce yourself and your film?
My name is Teresa Garratty and my short film is called Almost. So the reason I decided to create Almost was mainly because I think of any deaf LGBT people that have been on the screen. There are quite a lot of deaf-themed films and deaf characters, but there's never really been one that's been for deaf LGBT people. So I thought we needed to have at least one, and then hopefully more after that. So I think I always tend to write from experience anyway, as I feel that that makes a film more truthful. So this is sort of based on some personal experience of mine from both a deaf perspective, from an LGBT perspective as well. So I kind of combined both of my life experiences as those minorities and tried to sort of blend them into one film and like show the parallels and the similarities between the two.
Is there anything you're working on currently you'd like to talk about?
Before we went into lockdown over in the UK, we started working on a follow-up deaf LGBT short film. Yeah, it's very tricky to film in the UK at the moment. We have some social distance rules, but our government isn't very clear or strict on what we're allowed to do and not do. It's all a bit up in the air at the moment, so, but obviously on set, health and safety has to come first. We were hoping to shoot the next film in August, but we're not entirely sure if we should script to fit the social distance measures or to hold off till the measures become more relaxed and we can film more realistic scenes. It's hard to show like human relationships when you have to place two actors 2 meters apart. There are some interesting shot choices. You can't really play around with framing when you have people 2 meters apart. So a lot of over the shoulder shots maybe. Recently we had the hashtag "We shall not be removed." I think that was the correct hashtag. And then it basically about reminding everyone and arts organisations that there are people working in the creative arts industry and we're all as capable and talented as our able-bodied counterparts. So there's no real reason why we should be sidelined or swept under the carpet. I was going to say that when we worked on Almost, we didn't just have a mixture of deaf and hearing crew. We also had a girl with autism on our crew as well. And yeah, so like there's really no excuse for people sort of brushing off people with disabilities or neurodiversity. So I think that's probably why I use my films to try and promote change. Lovely to meet you.
It's my pleasure. I thank you for agreeing to do this, and I really appreciate your work.
I hope your festival goes well, and I hope that everyone can come out of lockdown soon and start creating.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Many fingers crossed for that.
Yes, yeah, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything's crossed. If I could cross my eyes, I would do it, but I can't.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.